Hello, I'm Guelda Redman, and this is the Elevating Women in Business podcast, where we talk to women entrepreneurs and business owners and learn their incredible and unique strategies to finding success. Hello, I'm Guelda Redman. I'm the founder of the BC Women's Business Network and the host of Elevating Women in Business. And today our guest is Kelly-Erin Ketchen. And she is an amazing insurance broker and also has an NLP hypnosis business as well. So she's going to share those with us and just let us know what the businesses are like and how she finds success in those. But first of all, Kelly, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Who is Kelly and what is she like?
You may have noticed right away, there's a bunch of clear boxes at the back of crafts. And so I normally have a craft room, but my son has gone to university back east. So this is now doubling as an office and craft room because he stored all of his stuff in my craft room. So that leads me to tell you that I have three lovely children. There's Gemma, who's 26, and Sean and Pixie, who are turning 22 next week. They're twins. And as well, I am also a dog mom. So I have Luna, the magnificent moon baby, and she is a Xolo rescue from Mexico. And then I also have Lady Millie Molly of Snodgrass, and she's a little Cocker Spaniel. So if you hear a little click, click, that's them because they just like to check and make sure that I'm okay. They're doing their job. They're guarding me from possibly air or leaves because so that's a little bit about me. I love my crafts. I've been binging on crochet lately and just working my business.
That's awesome. So your business, your main business is insurance, life insurance. Can you tell us, how did you get started with insurance?
Basically, it was because of my sister, and her name's Michelle, and she and her husband own MacDev Financial, which is a life insurance company. And one day I was saying, I just think I need a little bit more. And she goes, come work for us, get licensed. And so I thought, hey, what could be more fun than working with my sister? So basically, it found me. So I didn't look for it. It just basically landed in my lap and it found me. And that was 12 years ago. And I've been really quite passionate about it. And as I got to learn more about it, I just got more and more passionate about it. Then led me to the second business with the NLP, where I wanted to coach agents and insurance agents on how to do different strategies properly. And so Michelle and I, we actually got trained. We're both master NLP practitioners. She's actually a trainer. And then that led us to doing our hypnosis training. And we're also hypnosis trainers as well. So it's really fun.
That's awesome. Can you tell us what is your niche or who is your ideal client?
Basically, the main focus that I do, because I can do all sorts of life insurance. I can do term, I can do critical illness, I can do disability. But the big one that I really love doing, that I'm really passionate about, is participating whole life. And realistically, almost anyone can get this type of product. But the one that I really am passionate about is basically two. One is children. Every child should have one of these policies because you're basically setting them up financially for life. Because as the policy grows, the fund they can borrow fund grows. They can use it for education. They can use it for their own retirement. They can use it for anything. You're setting them up. The other group that I'm passionate about are women in business. Because when you're a woman in business, you don't have the pensions. Some people don't even have, if they haven't paid into CPP, they don't even have Canada Pension Plan. They don't have anything. And this is a very safe way that you can build up a potentially tax-free retirement and look after yourself. So as well as looking after yourself now, you're also looking after yourself as you get older. And it's, as I said, it's a very safe way. And a lot of women, it's not like it was 50, 60, 70 years ago where, your husband had the pension and he looked after you. We have to look after ourselves because you never know what's going to happen. Even if you're happily married, you never know what's going to happen. By myself, I'm single. I do have to look after myself when I'm older because I also don't want to be a burden to my children. And so it's nice to know that is all in place. And my children, I've taught them and they know exactly all about it. So they're learning from me as well. And I think they're secretly relieved. We don't have to look after mom.
Yeah. No doubt. Yes. Yeah, it's actually scary how many people don't have anything saved, and it's not from lack of thinking about it. Most people have been stressing about it their whole lives, but just the reality that our paychecks barely last month to month for a lot of us. And if we don't have a pension plan at work, then it's really hard to put an extra bit away. And with the way that whole life is offered, it seems like it grows a lot faster.
It does. And this is actually another reason why Michelle and I, we created our program to teach insurance agents because unfortunately, when I went through the insurance licensing program, they literally spent 2 minutes on this. And there's just so much more to learn about it because if it's done properly, the insurance itself should be growing. But most importantly, for someone like myself, who's an entrepreneur, the fund that you can also borrow from should be growing. And as you get older, it starts to speed roll. So if it's done properly, it goes slowly at first and then it grows and it's just going faster and faster the older you get. And
Yes. And sometimes when we put our money into mutual funds and things like that as well, the stock market really makes a huge difference. And I know back in, I think it was like 2008, and I was working, and there were people there that were getting close to retirement, and the stock market just dipped like crazy. And they had put off their retirement. Having something solid is very important.
exactly, because if you have mutual funds or stocks, if the stock market crashes, and it could do at any time, what happens to your funds? You've got to build that up again. So if you're getting close to retirement, now you've got to wait. Or worse yet, you are retired and suddenly you don't have enough funds.
Yeah.
Whereas with whole life insurance, because it's done through dividends and like dividend interest, it won't ever decrease. If it says you have X amount, you have X amount. And the only thing it will do is keep increasing. It will never reduce. It will never go down. The only way it would go down is if you borrowed money from it. But even when you borrow money from it, you're still earning dividend interest as though you'd never touched it. Now, if you have like a mutual funds and you borrow money from it, you're only getting interest on what's remaining. You magically get to keep all of it. Whereas this still earns dividend interest even if you're using part of the funds, which is fantastic. And it's got compounds on itself. So the interest is also compounding on itself.
So you work with your sister and her husband, but you're also looking for your own customers. So what strategies do you use to find more people, to find customers, to make sure that you're finding the people that really need the product that you offer?
A different variety of ways. Personally, I have found that the networking has been probably the best way to meet people. You have a little bit more time to talk with people. I know when I first started, literally, I was door knocking. It got like maybe 10 seconds and somebody looks at you and chances are you're not getting them at a good time and they're wondering, why are you here and who are you? It does work, it can work, but you're not getting somebody who's in the right frame of mind to listen. Whereas I find with networking, you have people, they're there because they're interested, not necessarily in insurance per se, but they're interested in learning about things. And then after a while, they might go, oh, that was a really interesting point. I'd like to hear more about that. So when
Mhm.
you do networking, you can't expect, oh, I go to a networking event and I'm going to have 4 clients out of this. No, you got to build those relationships. They get to know you. And then it's like suddenly one day it's like, hey, that thing you were talking about, you want to go for coffee? I'd really love to hear more about it. I also have a little Instagram channel that I do with under myself. It's Kelly-Erin Ketchen _excellence. And I do on Mondays my Millie Molly videos where I sit with my lovely black Cocker Spaniel, Millie Molly, and I give little insurance tips, teach you little insurance facts, and Just do them with my dog Millie Molly, and her tagline is Millie Molly wants to know too.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's lots of fun. Then I also do brochures so that if somebody, sorry, I
Yep.
think there was a leaf rolling across the lawn.
Yes.
Heaven forbid, I know. So I also do brochures. I like to just give a little bit more so somebody has like a little takeaway networking event. If I'm at different events that I go to, even something for like my daughter, I always have those on hand so that if you're talking and somebody, oh, can I hear more? "Well, here in my purse, I have these. Would you like one?" And that helps. Plus, as you may have noticed from the crafts behind me, I'm quite creative. So I just find it fun and it's just another way of being creative. It's not all the time I get to be creative and it's fun.
Mhm. I'm sure that your sister, when you started with insurance, she mentored you. But what has your experience been being mentored, mentoring someone else, and creating collaborations been with your insurance?
It's been very interesting. So, like with my sister, she's actually not a broker herself. She's actually the compliance officer. So
Oh,
it was actually my brother-in-law. We worked together, which was fun because family. We all get along really well. In fact, her son and my son are actually best of friends, which is awesome. So we work together a lot on how to do things, especially with the strategy with the participating whole life. Luckily, I was mentored by somebody who's actually number 1 in Canada. Working with Michelle was the compliance part. So if I did up a brochure, she was like, she could go over things and edit and go, we need to watch this. This wording's not great. We have to be very carefully because it's so regulated.
mhm.
Where I'm also having a lot of fun is with the coaching business that we have, NLP and the hypnotherapy. We actually have meetings every week, every Wednesday, and it's a set thing. So first of all, it always starts off, we call it like the sister chat because we have to like, if we
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
met since the previous Wednesday, we always have to catch up on. Okay, we got the sister stuff out of the way, and then we get into the work stuff. And it's been so much fun working with her. We get along so well because things that she's strong in might be something I don't want to say weaker, but just it's not my forte.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
that I'm really good at might not be her forte. So we really complement each other really well. We're
Mhm.
really patient with each other. It's been so much fun, such a treat to work with her. It's just been amazing. And that camaraderie, that companionship of working with her has been just so fulfilling and so much fun, as
That's
well as
awesome.
growing our sister relationship. We're growing financially. It's just everything is growing.
That's great. What advice would you give to a woman who wants to start in the insurance business?
Definitely, like when you get your license, there will be things because there's only so much that you can learn in a textbook. You want to maybe figure out what your niche is. If you want to do group benefits, see if you can mentor with somebody who's really good with group benefits and not just like anyone. I had the luxury that my brother-in-law was number 1 in Canada for whole life.
Mm.
So I had such expert mentorship. I really think that's important. Find out what your niche is. What is it that you feel comfortable? What is it you feel passionate about? There are so many aspects of life insurance that what is it that you want to know? I can do all of them, but again, like my passion is the whole life.
Yeah.
So see what you're good at and just really focus on that. And just know that just because you've done the training, there's always more to learn. So when they have those continuing education sessions, make sure you pay attention because I know there's a bit of a temptation. It's I'll just put it on and I'll listen with half an ear while I do something else. No, you really want to pay attention because even if you think your passion is one thing, you may actually hear something else and go, that is amazing. I
Mm.
need to do this.
Yeah. Pass it on to customers,
Yep.
clients. Yeah. So, Kelly, you are a chapter leader in Langley for the BC Women's Business Network. And I was wondering if you could just tell us what is it about networking that your favorite part? Like, why do you go to networking groups?
Like the obvious thing is I'm growing my business. But
Mhm.
the underlying thing is I truly love all the women that are involved I'm in the Langley chapter. I love all the women that are in BC Women's Business Network. I love the women in that Langley chapter. If it was to stop, I would actually be missing something because I find that the women there are just, they're so friendly. They are so open. If you even, I thought one of the best moments that I saw was one woman was like, I'm having problems with my social media. I don't know how to do this. And literally two women jumped up out of their seats, ran over to her and go, here, you do this and you do this. And it was amazing how everyone was helping each other. I've done up brochures. I took one once and go, can I just get some feedback? I would love to know what you think. And right away, two women,
Yeah.
not the same two women that helped the other woman, but another two women, they were just like, oh, let me have a look. Do you mind if I draw all over the brochure with my
Yes. Change some
absolutely.
wording. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's fantastic. And I just find the camaraderie of all these women. Plus, if you just are having a bad day, they're so ready to lift you up. And so there's just so many things I get out of it. I get the business growth, I get personal growth, plus growth, not just like in the actual insurance, but I'm learning so much. Like we have someone who does like design. I'm learning so much about, yes, I love making my brochures because it's fun, but there's also strategies to make it better. And
Right.
I'm all keep learning from all these lovely women. So that's another thing I like about it.
Yeah. So if there's a woman who let's say has never gone to networking before, I think that people have this idea in their head, and possibly because oftentimes when you see ads for networking, there's like a lot of people, they're milling around, and it can look really intimidating to me. And what would you say to a woman who's thinking, I just don't know if I'd fit in. I don't know if I'm not sure I know what to say. I feel really nervous. It's giving me anxiety, the thought of it. What would you say to them?
Just go, see what it's like. And now I can speak like for myself. I have gone to other events and I went a few times because if you go once, it's really hard to make those connections in an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's hard to do that.
Mm.
Really give it a really fair chance. Go 4, 5, 6 months at least and get to know the people. If you're not finding it's a niche that you're fitting in, then there are lots of other groups. Now, for me, I'm biased. I love the BC Women's Business Network. And I find there's so many women when there's a new woman, because there's a lot of regulars, when there's a new person, we notice.
Yeah.
Hi, who are you? I'm Kelly-Erin.
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Mhm.
More because that's why we're at a network meeting, is because we want to learn more about people. And so I would just say, yeah, just go and give it a fair chance. Don't just go like once and go, okay, I did my time and leave. And when there's the time afterwards, after the dinner is ended, stay, chat with the women, get to know them. I have seen occasions where the person was like, okay, dinner's done and bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not getting to know you. And
Yeah.
like you need to know us, but we need to know you too. And we
Yeah.
want to know what you're like. What are you like as a person? And I've connected with people because like I have my two dogs. Oh, you have dogs? Oh, what kind of dogs do you have? Because again, women network differently. I would love to hear about your dogs because
Yes.
I adore my dogs. So therefore I will adore your dogs no matter what kind they are because I'm just a dog person. And even if you don't have dogs, oh, you have llamas? Tell me about your llamas. That sounds amazing. And then you're going to grow and get to know people. And then that's when you can start reaching out with your business, but you have to give it a fair chance. I think that's my big thing is just
Mhm.
and keep coming, give it a chance. When my son went to air cadets and he went to one, I'm like, oh, I didn't like it. I'm like, oh no, you have to go for a year and give it a chance. Now, I'm not saying you have to go for a full year, but and that was me talking to my 12-year-old son, but
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
you have to give it a
You have to give it a go. Yeah. And understand that a lot of co-ed ones, the way that men network, it's all about coming and handing out your card and meeting people, the handshake, and then you move on to the next person. And with women, we're just not like that. Bring your cards, absolutely.
Mhm.
But yes, you're not coming expecting to get sales right away or people to join your teams or any of that kind of thing. It's all about the relationship first. And then from there, you get the referrals and collaborations and people wanting your products, possibly not, maybe. And of course, so it's not, you don't feel like people are going, oh, yay, a new person, because now I can sell to this person. It's never about that. It's about them genuinely wanting to get to know you and
Like,
genuinely friendships growing.
oh yeah,
So, yeah.
because I've only lived in Mission for 4 years. I actually, yesterday was my 4-year anniversary of having moved to Mission. And coming from Port Coquitlam, literally, I know nobody out here, especially at my age. And my children have grown up. It's not like people would say, oh, when your kids go to school, you'll meet the other moms. My
Yeah.
kids graduated high school. That's not going to happen. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to school, so I'm not going to meet anyone. I can honestly say I have made good friends here. Like my birthday last year, most of the people that I invited over were actually from the group because it was my birthday and that's how I wanted to spend them was with my friends and they're all from this group.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Christmas, same thing. So yeah, it's just amazing the friendships that you make. I also found when I first started insurance, I went to networking events and they would be co-ed. And I would be talking to somebody and I would think, oh, this is great. They're really interested in the insurance and what I have to offer. And what I discovered was that no, this male who I'm talking to is actually interested and he's just trying to ask me out for a date. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
no, I'm not
That's not
interested.
why you're
I'm here
there.
for work. And it's sort of male that
Yeah.
I want to go on a date if you were a man, you wouldn't be expecting men to be asking each other on dates. So why do you think it's okay to ask me for a date?
Yeah.
It's, and that really got really tiresome very quickly.
Yeah.
Plus the aggressiveness, it's just because you gave me your business card, I'm not going to buy your services. I
Yeah.
would like to find out more about them. And if I go for coffee, A, is because I want to hear about your services, and I don't want to go on a date with you. Yeah, that just got tired really fast. I don't think I've shared that one before, but yeah, just it's nice to know that these are women who are they're very nurturing women that are here.
Yeah, and they do. They will ask you out for a coffee or a walk or whatever, but it's genuinely a get to know you thing. And then if there's something between you that business wise that you can work together on, then that's great. But yeah, it's not taken to an uncomfortable space.
Yeah, yeah.
Typically, I don't know. I guess it could happen.
It could happen, but at the same time, I think people women are more respectful of each other.
We are, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm wondering, being a chapter leader, what drew you to becoming a leader in of the Langley chapter?
When the previous leader had other commitments and she wasn't able to continue as a chapter leader, I loved the group so much that the first thing that went through my head was, oh no, we can't let this go. This is too amazing that the first thing I thought was, I can't just let, this go by the side and hope that somebody takes over. So, Guelda, can I take over, please? I love it so much. So that really had a lot to do with it because I just love the group so much that in my mind, I couldn't dare risk it falling through the wayside, that I just wanted to come. Also, there is a little bit of me that does like to have a little bit of control and, oh, well, I can make it. You're going to stop over the summer? Oh no, business don't stop. And
Yeah.
we're going to keep our businesses growing and we're going to keep the friendships growing. And so as a chapter leader, I have that control because I can go, oh yeah, we're still going to get together
Yeah.
on
And
for
have do
whatever
something fun
reason.
once in a while or yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which is why I'm probably insane that I'm also on the social committee because it's, oh, what can we do now?
I know. Yeah. Yeah. There's always, yeah, it's funny. One last question. What is the best piece of advice you'd like to share with other women in business?
Let's see. Can I give several pieces of information?
You betcha.
Excellent. Okay. Be patient. Just
Mhm.
because you've got like the degree, you've got the certificate, you've signed the paperwork with the government to register your name, just because you build it, they will not come. You
Mhm.
need to have patience and just take your time growing it. Because I work at home, I have business hours, and sometimes literally it's, oh, I don't have a client today. I don't actually have anything on the books today. That doesn't mean I can sit at home and say, oh, what could I make? Could I make work on maybe like a new brochure? Oh, maybe I could make a plan of the Instagram posts that I'm going to do this month. Oh, maybe I could do like a series of Instagram posts with the Millie Molly wants to know. I should plan something out. So even though you don't actively have something, there's always
Mhm.
something. And
There's
let
always
your mind
something.
wander, let your mind be creative,
Mhm.
see what you can grow with it. Another piece, definitely get involved with networking. Meet women, meet people who are going to support you and lift you up so that when you have a great day, you can share, I just had the biggest sale ever. And everyone will be like, that is awesome. You say, I'm having a really crummy week. This happened, and it's okay. And they'll give you a hug and make you feel better. And they'll even start offering suggestions. Oh, what about this? Because they just want you to succeed. So you want to find your people.
Yeah.
And I think just be nice to yourself. It's not going to grow overnight. I've been doing
Mhm.
this for 12 years, but I'm finally seeing a lot of success.
Mhm.
And I think it's just from patience. And there's been roadblocks, there's been family things where I had to put a pause on business, and that is okay. There's
Yeah.
nothing that said, and if you have to put a pause on business, there's nothing to say that you can't go back to it because
Yes.
it will still be there for you. Your business isn't going anywhere. It will wait
Mhm.
for you to be ready.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I think that that's great advice because I think we all feel like everybody else were instantly successful, instantly knew what they were doing. They instantly know how to market themselves, who to talk to. And the truth is, we all have the same struggles and we all have to figure out how to pull ourselves out of it. But it's so much easier when you are linked arms with other women who are willing to help pull you along and share their knowledge, share their strategies and tools with you that they have used and successfully used. And whether or not they're successful for you, that's all, everybody's different. But the fact that you have this support, because not everybody has support at home. And like a lot of businesses, and you'll hear most business women that work for themselves say, our friends, family are very often our worst customers because they, for whatever reason, I'm not even sure why, but they question whether or not you're going to be able to do it. And sometimes they could just make you feel like, who am I to try this? Because even my family doesn't think this is a possibility. And just know that yes, it is. And if you need support, that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Even know myself, I have one family when I got started, their response was, oh, that's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Nothing that was worthwhile was easy.
Yeah.
Or I
Yeah.
had another family member go, oh, is that like your little business? And I'm like, it's not it's a business. It's not a little business. It is a business,
Yeah.
not. So don't let somebody pull you down with
Yeah.
their negative comments. And again, that's why you need to find your people.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
pull you up and keep you up. I have learned so much. Like I am definitely not good with social media, but I actually had one person in our group challenge me. You want to do this Instagram? when are you going to start this? So and she's, I want a date. I want a date that you're going to start this. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's going to be this date. I'm going to check your Instagram on that date and make sure you have something. Wow. So, like we keep each other accountable for things too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. It's great. So thank you so much, Kelly, for joining today. And thanks so much for all of you that are watching. We will be back in 2 weeks with another amazing guest. Don't forget to subscribe and have an awesome day. Thank you for joining us, and check the notes for information about our guest. I invite you to join us at the BC Women's Business Network to meet many more amazing women. Hit the subscribe button and join us again next time on Elevating Women in Business.